And welcome to another edition of the Hytorc Solution Series. I'm Tony Marino, along with Hytorc General Manager Dave Ricca. And Dave, two exciting offerings to talk about today. That's, of course, mobile services and the Hy Care program.
Yeah, Tony, I'm really looking forward to getting into both of these exciting programs. We'll get down into the details.
And we're going to begin with mobile services today, and it truly is a great offering by Hytorc. Let's begin with this short video.
Today's bolting operators must maintain tools in top working order to achieve quality and schedule demands. However, they cannot afford downtime to send equipment out for maintenance or repair. Hytorc Mobile Service provides the ideal solution, bringing service right to the worksite. Each van is staffed by a highly skilled technician who travels to the customer's worksite. Each van is a rolling workshop, equipped for product maintenance, repair, and calibration. Services cover a wide range of hydraulic, pneumatic, electric, and manual torque tools. We can perform a preventative maintenance service to inspect and service worn parts. Preventative maintenance ensures tools deliver the highest performance and longest life possible. Repairs are performed correctly with Hytorc certified parts. Every repair is treated as a priority to put equipment back into service quickly. If a repair can't be done right away, we can arrange for loaner tools to keep the job on schedule. Vans provide tool and gauge calibrations to ISO 17025 standards. Each calibration is provided with a certificate and calibration stickers. Upon request, we can pick up your tools and deliver them back to you quickly without contact. Hytorc Mobile Services are setting the standard for on-site service that helps customers reduce downtime. The Hytorc standard: never settle for less.
And of course, one of the stars of this program, the mobile services program, is the van. It's a rolling workshop indeed. It's got everything that you as the customer are going to need. Talk about an inventory of spare parts that are available inside this van, a fully equipped repair center. Dave's going to get more into repairs in just a few moments. And then you've got, perhaps the most important part, at least of what's going on in there, and that's the calibration, because to the customers, certainly having their tools calibrated is such an important part. And we've got that state-of-the-art calibration equipment inside of this van. But if there's one star, Dave, of the mobile services, I guess they're not wearing a lab coat, but they're truly a scientist, if you will, at least when it comes to bolting. And that is, of course, the man inside the van, and that's the technician.
That's right. The technician is the key component, right? You need to have a really good technician to have a quality service program. And so we spend a lot of time recruiting, looking for mechanical guys with a mechanical experience, also preferred industrial bolting experience. They're familiar with our tools, they've used them before, they've taken them apart. And so we're looking for those individuals and scouring the nation for them. And once we find them, then we got to put them through our Hytorc Bolting Institute. And that's where they really develop them, and that's where the program really starts to take off and the customers really get an A-plus quality type of experience. So what the training program offers, well, it's threefold, right? You start out with 2 to 3 weeks of just nothing but introducing the products, breaking down the products and having them put it back together. The pneumatics, the electric, the battery, the hydraulic, the pumps, all of it. They get to really understand these products, and then they move on to the second part, which is the calibration portion of it. The ISO 17025 accreditation that we have holds us to a high standard, and we got to make sure that every one of our technicians fully understands and appreciates everything that's involved in that quality program. And so we train them on the calibrations. It's about a 2-week program. And then finally, the last step is getting them some inside sales training. These van technicians are very interesting. They're very unique in a way. Most companies, the technicians, they work in a shop somewhere or a factory somewhere, and they don't get out in front of the customers too much. Well, this is a unique situation where not only are the technicians, having to work in the workshop or the mobile lab, so to speak, but they also have to be able to be good at communicating with customers and explaining to the customers what is part of our service program, what are the promotions, and what are the details, and answer questions. And so that's where we put them through an inside sales sort of boot camp, where we go over things like our promotions, our policies, and just everyday customer support type of things. And so when they graduate, after about a month and a half of training, when they graduate, we're really confident that they're going to go out there and live up to the Hytorc standard that we promote all the time. And it should end up with a really great experience for the customer.
And, you touched on it, and probably, one of the most important benefits to the customer here, and the reason that they want you out there, is the calibration of the tools. There's long-term effects, but obviously it's when they're doing the job, they need to make sure that these tools are calibrated. Talk about the calibration that goes on.
Yeah, the calibration is key. I mean, most of our customers will call us up and use that portion of the service program, which is, hey, I have a bunch of tools. I need them calibrated. I have a job coming up on Wednesday. It's Monday. How quickly could you get out here? And, this is where the service really comes in handy to get customers that are in a pinch out of a jam, and show up on site and be able to calibrate their tools. It also, when you think about what it was before the mobile service was an offering, customers would have to spend a lot of time on the logistics side of things. They'd have to look at advance at their outage that's coming up or their job that's coming up, figure out what tools that they require, package them up, box them up, and ship them to a brick and mortar facility somewhere in the United States or around the globe. And there's obviously some logistical headaches with that, shipping delays, lost shipments, how long it's going to take for the shop to get the repairs, the calibrations done. And then so ultimately the customer loses a lot of time, and obviously we all know time is money. So what Hytorc can do is eliminate that logistical headache. They can eliminate that time that the tools sit at a shop, and they can go right out to your site, spend a day, 2, even 3 days, and calibrate up to 100, 200, 300 tools, if that's how many that you own. And they do it right there at your site, and it really works. The customers love it. It's a great experience, and there really isn't much of an additional fee. There's no additional charges there from the mobile service to the brick and mortar. It's all the same. So you're getting that mobile service experience at the same price that you would get, or same prices that you would pay by shipping your tools to a brick and mortar.
And you're already out on the site. Obviously, there's a lot of offerings inside this van, and one of those is repair. You have the ability to do the repair on site.
That's key because, right, you're going out there, let's just say you're a customer and you got 100 tools and you need to get those 100 tools calibrated. And as the technician is going through and doing the calibration of the tools, we find maybe one has a leak or, because of a bad seal, or maybe one of the tools has a fair line fracture in the housing or something of that nature. Our repair techs are trained to pick up those flaws and be able to explain, put the tool to the side and then go over it with you, the customer, at the end of the call and say, hey, we found 5 out of your 100 that are in need of repair. I can do them right here. And that's the great part about it. These vans are loaded up with spare parts for all of our products, and our guys are trained to do that repair right there on site. So you're not having to package those tools up and ship them out to be refurbished. No, we can do it there and get them calibrated and back into your hands and back into your fleet with no downtime. So that's the luxury here. You're not only getting the calibration piece, but we got the repair piece as well, and that goes a long way for our customers and saving them time and money.
And of course, repair is part of, it's just part of it. It's needed tools, depending on the use, it's just part of it. But if you want to have less downtime and avoid repair time, that's where preventative maintenance comes in for the customer.
It's amazing how much preventative maintenance is overlooked. I mean, we all know they get the car oil changed every 3,000 miles, but maybe we all don't know that the torque wrenches need to be relubricated, the seals need to be changed, the gaskets need to be changed, and the tool should be inspected. And so, when you have a large inventory of torque wrenches and you have a big job coming up, the last thing you want is tools to be failing on the job, causing you downtime. I mean, an hour of lost time could sometimes equate to $10,000 of losses. And so that's the part where preventative maintenance really comes into play here. And our guys are trained, like I said, they're going to calibrate the tools, they're going to inspect the tools, and they will offer that preventative maintenance. And for links, it's simply taking off a plate and slopping on some extra grease to reduce the load on the tool and reduce the friction that causes a lot of these failures. And so that's the exciting part about it. They're there to provide the preventative maintenance, and then you can get your tool back, calibrated in tip-top condition, and ensure that when your job starts, you don't have to worry about a tool going down or you having to make a last-minute call to a rental company and pay premiums to get a tool so that the job can continue. You can ensure that the tools that you have are going to work properly and get the job done.
So I go back to the beginning of the Hytorc Solution series, and it was about listening to customers, of course, and the challenges they're facing, but then seeing what's going on out there. And we've, of course, got to talk about a tool in a Hytorc Solution series. And that's where we get, manual wrenches. They've been on the market a very long time, but the clicker wrench program from Hytorc is new.
It is. It's something that that we've been showing up to customers and doing Hytorc repairs for over a decade. And many times customers are looking for that one-stop shop. They have a bunch of manual wrenches to the side, and they've asked our technicians, hey, could you also calibrate these? Do you inspect these? And in the past, we've had to turn it away and say, no, we don't do that. But after looking into it, we made some investments, and we outfitted all of our corporate mobile service vans in North America with this calibration equipment and for manual wrenches. And now we could offer it. So, customers will come to us with their Hytorc equipment, and now they'll also say, hey, by the way, I got a couple hundred of these I need to get calibrated, and we'll do it. And the interesting part about the calibrations on the manual wrenches is a lot of customers require a monthly calibration of those. And so the frequency is there, and that's something that we can do and accommodate them with as well.
And joining us now is Katie Pasker, who's the National Service Manager for Hytorc. And Katie, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Could you describe a challenge where a customer needed mobile service?
Absolutely. We have customers with many different needs, but one particular customer that I can remember was working on a pipeline project that expanded over multiple states and multiple different territories. And they used our tools pretty heavily during their project, and they would have to box the tools up and ship them out if they needed service or calibration, which would delay their project. And they couldn't afford to have those delays. And so they needed some sort of mobile service that could come to them where they are on site on their project.
So what was the solution that Hytorc came up with for this challenge?
Well, we offered our mobile service division. And so what this division does is we have service vans that are located throughout the United States, and we can actually travel directly to meet up with customers on their job site and take care of them right where they are. And all of our technicians are fully trained and certified. All of our vans are ISO accredited for calibrations, and so we can make sure that their tooling is functioning accurately and that it's functioning safely.
And could you tell us about the ongoing support?
Absolutely. For this customer, we were able to travel along with them as they completed their work along the pipeline, and we could guarantee that they were getting good service from our technicians, that we were providing accredited repairs and calibrations. They also get a 6-month warranty on any parts or labor for calibrations for repairs that we complete in the field.
So it's the challenge the customer comes to you with, of course, delivering a solution, which Hytorc was able to do, ongoing support. Anything else you want to add?
This customer was extremely satisfied with our service, and actually they utilize our services on site for projects that they complete throughout the United States. And they always call on Hytorc for their bolting needs.
Katie Pasker, thanks so much for your time today. We truly appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me.
Well, a great job by Katie there, Dave. And now let's talk about taking this globally, taking this internationally, because that's where this mobile services program has gone. It's growing.
It is growing. We've always had a couple vans here and there sporadically throughout the world, but the vast majority of service that was being provided to our customers outside of North America was brick and mortar, and to some extent, in some places, still is brick and mortar. And again, we talked earlier about the challenges with having to ship your tools back and the inconvenience of that. And that's where we wanted to take this North America program. We have 35 corporate vans. We have about 35 independent and distributor vans as well for a big, strong fleet of 70 plus mobile service vans in North America. And we wanted to take that program that's grown here in North America and has become very successful and accepted by our customers and expand that to other markets. And so that is what we're doing. And so a gentleman by the name of Jack Feldheim, he's been here. He's one of the architects behind building this service program here in North America to what it is today. We've tasked him with working with our international offices and distributors to build a mobile service program and expand on that. And that's what this is all about. It's aggressive expansion into the international market with mobile service. It's not something that is widely offered throughout the world, and we want to make that something that's commonplace. And so that's what we're doing, and we hope to bring it to places like Australia and the Middle East. We have it already in South Africa. We have it already in the UK. But we want every single one of our offices to have mobile service technicians and vans to go out and visit our customers and work on these services. Well,
that is a great segue, as they would say in maybe the television business, a very good segue, in fact, because joining us now is the Director of International Service, and that's Jack Feldheim. Jack, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Jack, could you describe to us a challenge that international customers are having with service?
Sure. I think the challenge that customers typically have is that they need to keep their tools in good working order to avoid breakdowns and loss of time. When a customer does have a repair, the problem is that sometimes they're at a complete stop until that tool is repaired. So a major challenge is to get this repair done in a professional manner and done as quickly as possible. However, To add to that challenge, areas such as Australia or South Africa our customers can be located in more remote locations. Different industries in these countries, such as power plants, mines, wind farms, they're not necessarily located near repair shops. So this geographic distance from a repair shop is a major challenge.
And what's the solution that Hytorc has come up with to overcome this challenge?
Well, we have what we think is a unique and an excellent answer for this, which is we provide the customers in these areas with a mobile service laboratory that has complete calibration and repair facilities on it, and that will go on site to the individual customer locations. Our van technicians are very highly trained, and they can normally do the work that's done in a brick and mortar repair location. So what does this mean to the customer? This saves them time in terms of shipping the tool back and forth. It saves them money because the tool can be repaired on site the same day. So because we do have this fully equipped van on site, we can do repairs and calibration sometimes on multiple tools in a single day.
And how about telling us about the type of ongoing support that's available?
Sure. We have a 6-month warranty on both the repairs and the parts, so we really stand behind our work. And in some cases where we cannot complete the work in a single day, we can provide the customers with a loaner tool so that they will have work to do. They can still continue to work because they'll have a tool to use while their tool is being repaired. Our van techs can also do preventative maintenance and also advise customers how to get the best performance from their tools.
You've outlined the challenge, clearly defined the solution, the type of ongoing support that's available. Anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, I'd like to say I think that our customers continue to be impressed with the professionalism in our technicians and their ability to do work on site. As I mentioned, our technicians do go into the field after a rigorous training program, and they're really fully equipped to handle any service needs the customers have. These programs are rapidly expanding in areas like the UK, Australia, Japan, South Africa, where these customers are not accustomed to this type of service. Customers are extremely satisfied by the service that they see with the van and are asking more and more for that van to come on site.
All great information. Jack, thanks so much for joining us today. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
And now we transition into Hy Care. We discussed mobile services, and certainly it's a part of it's an offering that comes along with that. But Dave, why don't you tell, as we get into Hy Care, just tell us a little bit about where this program started.
Well, our president likes to travel with customers. Eric Junkers spends a vast majority of the time out in the field with the sales agents and the customers and just listening because, there's a lot you could learn through your sales force and also from the customer themselves, understand their pain points. And that's what happened here. Eric Junkers traveled out to a customer in North America that's in a heavy fracking area, a heavy oil and gas area where tools are being used regularly 7 days a week, to sometimes being left out into the elements. And customers came to us and said, hey, listen, we allotted for a certain amount of money for purchase of Torque equipment, but man, were we shocked, and this could be Hytorc, it could be competitors, it could be anybody, we were shocked with the amount of after-sale expenses we have to apply through preventative maintenance, calibration, and repairs, of course. And so it was astounding, and so when we broke it down and looked at it, we figured, all right, customers want that peace of mind. They don't want to be blindsided with these after-sale costs that they're having to occur and taking heat from their bosses from. And so that's where the program derived from. How could we create a program that we obviously break even, and the customers obviously drastically reduce their after-sale expenses, and that's what Hy Care. That's how it started, and that's exactly what it does. We say Hy Care, we care, because it's not a program about how we can gouge customers or make money on after-sale service and support. There's a lot of companies, third-party repair centers that do just that. But that's not what we're interested in. We're interested in getting customers into our bolting solutions. We're interested in expanding the technology, and the after-sales piece of it is a piece, and we're not looking to really take advantage of our customers after we sell them the tool. We're looking to take care of our customers, and that's the key, and that's what Hy Care is all about.
And before Dave dives a little deeper into the Hy Care program, check out this short video.
In these chaotic times, we understand you have enough to worry about. You shouldn't have to worry about tool maintenance, calibration, and repair. With our Hy Care service plan, we take the worry out of tool ownership. This zero-deductible plan extends the product warranty for up to 5 years. The plan includes preventative maintenance, upgrades, training, calibration, and repair. If we can't repair a tool right away, you will receive a loaner within 24 hours. This program gives you online visibility to your tool inventory and maintenance schedules. This service includes access to mobile service vans and technicians who service tools at your site, backed by 24/7 support. Hy Care means we care. Hy Care is here and ready to help take the worry out of tool ownership. The Hytorc standard. Never settle for less.
So Dave, certainly an overview inside that video, but why don't you take us a little deeper? There's a lot of offerings here. You've got 3 levels, and certainly when I just look at the bullets here on the screen, there's a lot that goes on with this program.
There is a lot, and it's a flexible type of program. And what I mean by that is we'll start with the extended warranty. We could offer up to 2 to 3 years on electrical tools, and we could offer 3 to 5 years, no questions asked warranty on the pneumatic and the hydraulic systems. And so that's a big thing for our customers, to take that worry out of it, to know that, hey, there's going to be zero investment in after-sale expenses because of this exciting 3 to 5 year warranty on tools. That's a big thing, and that's something that's exciting about this program. Zero deductibles. I mean, I just had a roof replaced and I had to pay a lot of money in deductibles after, once the insurance company sent my check, I had to pay out several $1,000s. That's a big pain for a lot of people, especially during the pandemic and with tight budgets and all that we're going through in today's day and age. And so zero deductibles, no hidden fees buried in there. That's key. The scheduled preventative maintenance and calibrations is the other end of it. Customers at times forget to get certain equipment calibrated, or maybe there were a couple wrenches hidden to the side that weren't calibrated that are needed for a job. And so that's where Hy Care takes away the worry out of this bolting, because what we'll do is we'll work in advance with you to schedule when we're going to come out on site and calibrate and review and inspect and maintain your tooling. And so you can get that in a quarterly interval, you can get that in semi-annual or annual, depending on how frequent you're using the tools. And it goes a long way. We talked about preventative maintenance and how that ensures the tools are always in tip-top shape for your job. That's a key part of this. Of course, we talked about the ISO 17025 and all of the vans being accredited with that. But another thing too, no cost to loaner tools. So you're on the Hy Care program and a tool breaks down. Just happens to be. A rare thing happens, it goes down. We'll get you a loaner tool within 24 hours. So all you simply have to do is call us up. Hey, I had a tool, we're working, it went down, no questions asked. Where do you need the loaner tool? How soon do you need it? And we can get it to you in 24 hours or less. And that's our commitment to our customers that are on the Hy Care program. We also have a web-based inventory management system, and this is something that many of our customers are liking, especially those customers that own several hundred tools. Putting all these tools with their serial numbers into our web-based inventory system. And it shows the calibrations, when the last time the tool was calibrated and when a tool is up for calibrated. It's sort of like a dashboard that'll alert you to say, hey, there's only 30 days left before this certificate expires. You may want to reach out to Hytorc. That's a way for our customers to track their inventory better. And then finally, and the most exciting part about this is that maximum trade-in credit that you can get. It almost works as a lease in some regards. Some customers use it as a lease. And what I mean by that is they'll buy a tool, they'll put Hy Care 5-year warranty plan on there, and then at the end of the 5 years, they'll get a 30% discount off of a new tool, and that they can package with Hy Care as well. And we can offer confidently that aggressive trade-in discount because we know that tool was being well taken care of throughout the full entire interval. And so that's where customers are sort of using this program to sort of, cycle out tooling and eliminate the after-sale expenses, but also get themselves into new tooling 5 years down the road and ensure that their fleet isn't aging and that their fleet doesn't become a liability.
Dave, tremendous job today. Thanks for taking us through mobile services, the Hy Care program. Certainly just a large library of offerings that Hytorc has. Again, thanks again.
Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, and we want to remind you for the Hytorc Solution Series, it will continue. When our next Hytorc Solution Series will be, well, you can find out by following us across all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Check us out, tune into the website, and you can catch up on the next Hytorc Solution Series. Don't forget YouTube. You can even find past Solution Series videos on there as well. So for Dave Ricca, I'm Tony Marino saying, have a good day, everyone.